Hello, it's Bailey and welcome back to my channel. It is time for round 2, episode 4 of Jokes on Me. This is my TBR game that I am playing in hopes to get my physical TBR down to 10 books. I'm currently still over 100, but I did film these card flips a couple days ago, so I'll go ahead and insert that here and I'll be right back here with the books that I chose in a moment. Okay, we are on round 2, episode 4. We are trying to get back to this spot here, lowest rated, and I am currently sitting here at book club, and my game piece of choice this time is this little marshmallow. And I have these because I made a snack mix for Mabel's Valentine's Day party at daycare, so that's where that came from. As always, I am moving these off the stack. I did not touch these, and off we go. 4 backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is new release. And then a 6, which I split 3 and 3, so I go 1, 2, 3. First on Goodreads, and then 1, 2, 3 friend pick. And last card, a 10, no special rule, I just get to move 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A mood read. That's nice for me. So let me figure out what I want to read and I will be back. Okay, so like I said, it's been a couple days since I filmed those card flips, so I'm hoping I am telling you these in the same order. It really doesn't matter. Either way, for new release, I am going with The Shadow of Perseus by Claire Haywood. I did recently make the decision to let myself use book club, my in-person book club, and my book club, the Shelf This Book Club books, to allow myself to read them outside of Jokes on Me, but this just happens to work here. So this is the Shelf This pick for the month of April, and it's not very long, so I'm fitting this into new release. I believe this just came out in March, so happy to get to it. And then these next two were very lucky picks and finds for me. So for first on Goodreads, I actually scrolled. I had to scroll for quite a while because I still only choose things that are on my physical TBR or that I have arcs of, and I actually found that Erin from Booked and Busy rated Secretly Yours by Tessa Bailey, which I have an arc of, and I'm sad to see she only gave it 2 stars, but I am very much looking forward to getting to that. So on my TBR for this vlog it goes. And then for my friend pick, I decided to ask my friend Nessa from It's Nessa to pick for me this time, and I don't even think she realized what she was doing, but she chose The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. Like, I sent her my whole list of my TBR and she still chose The Bone Season, which works out perfectly because I need to get to this in the month of March anyway for the Bookstara read-alongs, so this will work out perfect. It looks like I have bookmarks in here, but I just threw my beginning bookmark in, and then this actually marks where The Pale Dreamer, the novella, is in this book. Leading into that, for my choice for this episode, I read The Pale Dreamer, the novella, so that's my choice for this. I already read it, and then I basically get another my choice because I landed on mood read, and for that I am choosing to get to one of my buddy reads. So me and Lizzie from Lizzie's Literary Life are going to be buddy reading I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. I'm anticipating this. I am going to physically read it. And so that's the TBR. I will check in with you when I have started, finished, done something with some of these books. Hi. This morning I finished I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. And I didn't really update throughout this because it was actually a really hard book for me to read. This obviously talks a lot about her relationship with her mom and just a lot of like traumas that her mom caused her, and her mom's own body issues and self-esteem issues, how they really rubbed off on Jeanette and just how she treated Jeanette and what she expected of Jeanette. It just makes me think a lot because I'm about to be a mom of 2 daughters. I have 1 daughter, and I just think a lot about, you know, how everything you say and do influences your kids. And I feel like I personally think a lot about like not wanting to cause trauma to my children, obviously, but I just feel like this is kind of a hard topic for me. And I was buddy reading this with Lizzie from Lizzie's Literary Life, and Marina, she's mostly on Instagram. I will link both of them down below. But I feel like I was struggling with this more than most people do, and I said that I'm very surprised how highly recommended this is, because it is like a very heavy book. So in the end, I'm giving this 4 stars. It was a good book, but again, I don't feel like this should be as widely like recommended as it is for the really in-depth, in-your-face topic that it covers, which is mostly eating disorder. I am now making the decision to use one of my readathon allotments, so I will be stepping away from this vlog for a week to participate in Spooktober. That vlog should already be up, but I'll be back to you as soon as that is over. Chris is in the shower, and I feel like you probably can hear it, but if I don't do this now, I'm not going to. But I am almost halfway through both The Bone Season and Secretly Yours by Tessa Bailey. Firstly, Secretly Yours, I'm very much enjoying. Tessa Bailey is not letting me down so far. I'm thinking it's steamy. I'm like rooting for the couple to interact and do things together and realize feelings. I am interested in the plot of our main character, Hallie. It's probably Haley, but I don't like to say names that are pronounced or like similar to my name, so I'm saying Hallie in my head. That might also be correct, but not sure. I'm liking the plot of her like trying to save this little wine shop that's been like a staple in the community, a staple in her like family kind of, and then there's like a new one that's open that's like way more popular and cool, so she's trying to save like the old one. And yeah, I really enjoy our main character Julian and all his quirks, and I'm liking their interactions together. It's a good, fun, fresh time. And then The Bone Season, I'm struggling with a little bit. It's one of those fantasy sci-fi situations that's just kind of hard to grasp, and like I'm not really sure what's going on, but I'm just kind of trying to vibe with it in hopes that like as the story goes on, I'm being told information as I need to know it. So I'm hoping by the end it makes sense. This is a story where I'm not really liking any of the characters. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be rooting for here. It's just like a weird situation. Everybody seems bad, so I'm just kind of trucking through that one. But that's where we're sitting this week. It is right now Tuesday night, and I'm about to crawl into bed. I never like the sound quality when my vehicle's running, but I'm not gonna shut it off. It's cold out today. But Mabel woke up at the butt crack of dawn this morning, so we are up. I came, got my Starbucks, but last night, which was the last day of March, so happy April 1st, this review is not an April Fool's joke. Last night I finished The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon, and I'm giving this 2 stars. I really did not like this. My camera's like vibrating. Like, is the whole truck vibrating? I don't know. I'm leaving it alone. If I'm going like this whole video, I'm so sorry. I understand that this is her debut, so I am going to try to continue the series, also because I want to still participate in the Bookstara read-alongs that are reading this year, and I feel bad because Nessa also picked this for me to read, but I think that she will understand that this isn't directly up my alley, and I think what I have to say, I guess, makes sense. My opinions are valid. I just didn't think this was like well executed, well written. I think a lot of stuff was just like you were to be assumed to know what was going on, or it just wasn't well explained. And so I think going into further books, I'm hoping that that gets better. I've heard that she wants to go back and like rewrite some of this, so I'd be curious what happens with that, like a complete rewrite or just changing a few things. I don't know that I love that concept. I think that you like put this book out into the world that so many people have read already as it is, to then like change it. I wouldn't want my rating to stand on something that I haven't actually read now if she's really going to change a lot. But yeah, I landed on a 2-star for this one. I'm still like really hoping to finish this by Monday, but I'm not sure it's realistic. I have to finish Secretly Yours, and I have to read the entirety of The Shadow of Perseus. So we'll see how my weekend goes. Chris is working today. I'm not sure how long he's working, so I really have no idea what my weekend has in store. we'll see how this goes. Okay, happy Sunday. I did just finish Secretly Yours by Tessa Bailey, and I had a great time. I'm giving it 4 stars, which, if you didn't know this general track record of Tessa Bailey, I do give most of her stuff about 4 stars, as highly as I speak of her. I don't know that I've given anything 5 stars. Not exactly sure, but even like It Happened One Summer, I gave that 4 stars as well. I really liked this one. It is my favorite flavor of spice, so I'm learning lately that not as many people enjoy her smutty scenes as much as I do, but I really enjoy it. And I also thought the characters in this were very strong. I enjoy her using a more mid-sized main female character, as well as the representation with the main male character being very set like in his schedules. That is something that I have suffered from throughout the years. I'm very like strict on time, and he is definitely that way. And our main female character is definitely a little more chaotic. So he's trying to like, how do I deal with you being chronically late, or just being like kind of in general all over the place, and them finding their balance is so fun. I do think in general the whole like secret admirer writing letters aspect of this book could have just frankly been left out. It is still like a second chance situation, because our main female character had a crush on our male character in high school that he didn't really know about. And so I feel like there was enough like tropes and stuff going on that that could have been left out. And also to consider that that's like drug on for so long and kind of a main conflict in the book. I think it could have just been left out. I am very intrigued by the second book based on who I know it's going to be about, because you do get a glimpse of them in this first book, and it's definitely like a ick situation. So curious how that even comes to be. Which NetGalley, this time I was like, I got the email that I was declined for Unfortunately Yours, and then like 2 days later I got an email saying I was approved, which I've never not been approved for a Tessa Bailey I've requested, so they righted their wrongs. So hopefully I'm getting to that one very soon. But today I need to go ahead and finish The Shadow of Perseus. I have started it. I think I'm just over 100 pages in. I've read the first 2 parts out of 4, and I am surprisingly enjoying this more than I thought I would. I don't care about Greek mythology, and I didn't know if this would be like easy to follow, but it is very simple to follow in my opinion. And I'm also just in general intrigued by the plot and where it's going to go. I know that the myth that this centers around basically states that if this female character has a son, that he will murder her father, and so she has had a son, but he's very like kind of soft, and so and they have removed themselves, so I'm curious like what's gonna happen. I'm assuming somehow he ends up murdering her father. I will probably for the most part keep my thoughts and feelings on this book to myself. I probably won't give my final rating for that book in this vlog, just because the Shelf This Book Club discussion probably isn't going to be for a few weeks here. But I will pop in again and let you know when I finish that, as well as just in general wrap up this vlog. I have done it. I finished The Shadow of Perseus by Claire Haywood. So this vlog will be going up tomorrow. Final thoughts on this, and all I really want to say is that this may be the upset of the season. So if you don't follow the Shelf This Book Club at all, I think Adriana and I just set the live show date for Sunday the 23rd, if that's a Sunday. So you have time to read this. It's a short book. I read it in like a day and a half. But yes, I think the discussion of this could get very interesting. But alas, that is the end of this episode actually, and this was a very long episode. If you caught in the beginning, I said something about Valentine's Day, and so this has been like a month and a half long vlog. I'm hoping to get the next episode done sooner, but I have made the decision to kind of go easy on myself in April, so we will see what happens. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. It was a very interesting selection of books as a whole, but thank you so much for spending some time with me this month, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye.